Hi, kids. Okay, today we are working on our foundations, and you will need to have your student notebook where you add your trick words in the back to the dictionary, and then you add your vocabulary words that I give you, and you write the sentence to go with it. Okay, so make sure everyone has that, and we will do the 3 trick words first, and they all begin with W. So go to the trick words in the back of your book. Now, I do not know if you still have enough space under W's. I am hoping you do. If you do not, find a space under one of the other letters just to make sure you're practice writing it. Does that make sense? So that I still want you to find a space for it, preferably under W, but if not, just find a spot near there. Okay, your first trick word is an R-controlled vowel, and it is work. Did you like the work you did in the garden? Work. So write the word work, and I'm going to tell you how to spell it in just a moment. Work. And I don't mind if you're looking at your spelling words because it's all about practicing today and marking up. We're not going to mark up our trick words, but the word is work. W-O-R-K. Work. W-O-R-K. Okay, the next trick word is word. And it works the same way, except there's a different consonant at the end. Word. Did you hear the correct word for the spelling test? Word. W-O-R-D. Word. And the last one will also go under W's if you have space in your trick words. And it is the word right. Right. And I think Fundations puts this in trick words because that WR is tricky. We only hear the R, right? So it is a vowel consonant E word, but it begins with a W. Did you write your friendly letter? And you spell right, W-R-I-T-E. Right. W-R-I-T-E. Okay, now we've added our trick words and we're going to look at some of your spelling words. Now, some of them have 2 closed syllables. Some of them have a closed syllable and a V consonant E syllable, okay? The only thing you need to remember is that each of these words has 2 syllables. And then we are adding a suffix to the end, but it's suffixes that we've already practiced, okay? So we're just doing bigger words with more syllables and adding the suffix. Okay, so now you're going to go to your vocabulary words. And again, we're getting near the end of the year, so I am not sure if we filled up all of our spaces under the letter I'm going to give you, but we are going to go ahead and find the M's for mistakes. Mistakes. Did you see if you had any mistakes on your math practice? Mistakes. Okay, and again, if you do not have space under M, find the nearest letter and write the word mistakes. And I'm going to write it on my whiteboard, and you can check to make sure that you are marking it up correctly. And I hope some of you caught yesterday. I don't know where my mind was, but I was marking up words wrong. I was acting like they were, every word yesterday had a VE syllable in it, and it did not. So I hope you caught that before I caught that in yesterday's video. I hope it wasn't too confusing. I really apologize. Okay, mistakes. First thing we're going to do is we're going to underline the root word, right? The root word for mistakes is mistake. So underline mistake. And then when we add a suffix to a word, we show that by circling it, don't we? So then we'll circle the S, that's the suffix. And then there is 2 syllables in mistakes, mistakes. So I'm going to show my 2 syllables. Now we're going to look at what kind of syllables they are. The first syllable is a closed syllable, one vowel followed by 1 or more consonants. So we're going to mark that with a C. The second syllable is a long A, silent E, or a vowel, consonant, E syllable. And we're going to mark that as a VE syllable. Okay? This is how it should be. for mistakes. Okay, now for the sentence below. Okay, now for the sentence below. And I am adding a word that is not on our spelling test this week, but that follows the exact same rule when we write our sentence for mistake. You'll see what I mean in just a minute, and I'm going to write it out with you. Okay, here's the sentence. I insulted my friend by mistake. I take that back. That is not going to be the sentence because I want to use mistakes. Scratch that. Sometimes Mrs. Nye has a hard time coming up with these these sentences that follow our rules. Let's see. Let's do the mistakes my friend made insulted me. Kind of a silly sentence. The mistakes, I'm going to write with you. The mistakes my friend, and friend is a trick word we've had in the past. The mistakes my friend made insulted me. The root word is insult. I want to hear if you can hear that sound for extra practice. Insulted me. The mistakes my friend made insulted me. The mistakes my friend made insulted me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and mark it up. Okay? So, the is a trick word. Mistakes we just worked on. Circle the suffix. Has a closed syllable, V consonant, E syllable, and a blend, which I didn't do earlier, but it has a blend. Those of you who caught that, very good. Okay. So I hope you are marking along with me. You all are so good at marking up now. Lots of marking up. I marked up every word. Let's look at this together. The mistakes, and I didn't mark up the blend earlier, but there is a blend there. The mistakes, and we had the trick word my and the trick word friend. It's Friend. The mistakes my friend made. Made is a vowel consonant E word. So I'm going to mark that up too. The mistakes my friend made insulted. Now, insulted, the root word was insult, right? And the suffix was ed. But they're both closed syllables. Insult. Insulted me. Okay. Now let's go on to our next word. And the next word we're going to add is, let me think here. Let's do, right next to it, let's do napkins. Napkins. Okay, napkins. So find the ends, find a spot, and write the word napkins, and then mark it up. Okay, we have the root word is napkin, correct? Circle the suffix, which is S again. Napkin, 2 syllables. Now, they're both closed syllables, aren't they? Okay. Now here is the sentence. And the sentence is, you can write on the napkins. You can write. You can write. You can write. That's our new trick word. On the napkins. You can write on the napkins. Then let's go mark it up. This should be a lot easier than the first one. First one was a lot, so I'm giving you kind of an easier one. You can write on the napkins. Okay, does this make sense? All right. Let's do one more. And it's a biggie. And we may actually have this on our test. So this is a big sentence. You may see this again in a few days. Let's go to F. Vocabulary word F. Okay. Our vocabulary letter F. And the word is finishing. Finishing. Okay. Now the root word is what? It's finish. So underline the root word. The suffix is ing, and we've learned all about ing in the past. Finish. How many syllables is that? 2 syllables. So I'm going to mark that up. Okay, they're both closed because they're a short vowel with one or more consonants, right? So they're both closed. There's a consonant digraph with sh. So it should look like this. Finishing. Finishing. Now, here is the sentence to add to your notebook. Okay, here is the sentence. I want you to think about everything we've learned this year. Dave is finishing the dishpans in the sink. Dave is finishing the dishpans in the sink. Okay, and I'm going to start writing just like you are. Remember, we always start with a capital letter. Plus, it's a name, right? And we capitalize proper names. Dave is finishing, and I'm going to wait to mark up till I come all the way back. And that's how I can check my work. Dave is finishing the dishpans. Dave is finishing the dishpans. Dave is finishing the dishpans in the sink. Dave is finishing the dishpans in the sink. Okay, now go back and mark it up, and I will do the same, and you can take a look at what I did. On dishpans, don't forget to find the root word, okay? Okay, here we go. Dave is a vowel consonant E word. Dave is finishing, and we've went over how to mark up finishing. The dishpans. Did you remember that we have a suffix S? And did you catch that there's a consonant digraph? Okay, and then in sink, did you remember that there is a glued sound there? Smudged it a little bit. That we box in our glued sound because it should be ink. We no longer say ink like that, do we? We say ink. So we know that's sink. And then did you remember your period at the end? Okay, boys and girls, thanks for working very hard on that. Hopefully that was a good practice for you for Fundations. Bye-bye.